Do you ever wonder what it takes to leave a legacy that inspires generations? To create a life so iconic, so electrifying, that it shapes the sound and soul of rock music itself? Welcome to Absolute Facts, where today we're counting down the most impactful and independently legendary figures who ignited the creativity of rock's greatest icons. These are the people whose influence goes beyond fame, whose style, vision, and fearless artistry became a blueprint for generations. Can you live on aesthetics alone? Perhaps more than you think. Number 10. Sharon Osbourne. Some legends are born on stage, but others are forged behind the scenes, quietly pulling a fallen icon back from the edge. In 1979, when Black Sabbath's manager fired Ozzy Osbourne for his self-destructive lifestyle, it looked like the end of the road. But fate had other plans. Enter Sharon, not love at first sight, not a fairy tale beginning, but a woman who saw the broken man behind the madness and refused to let him disappear. She married Ozzy in 1982, took control of his career with iron resolve, and guided him from chaos to superstardom. Under her fierce management, Ozzy found sobriety, reinvention, and the strength to deliver classics like Mama, I'm Coming Home. Meanwhile, her management company unleashed talent from Lita Ford to Motorhead, proving her instincts were as sharp as her ambition. And when she opened her home to the world through MTV's groundbreaking The Osbournes, she didn't just elevate Ozzy, she became a legend herself. Sharon didn't just build the Prince of Darkness into a titan, she became one in her own right. Number 9. Mary Austin. Behind every icon, there's often a quiet force shaping the legend. For Freddie Mercury, the dazzling, larger-than-life frontman of Queen, that force was Mary Austin. Off-stage, Mercury was reserved, guarded, and searching for someone who could truly see him, and Mary did. The day, the two were engaged for 6 years, their love tested by Mercury's struggles with his sexuality. Yet she remained the center of his heart. She inspired his music, his confessions, and even his greatest masterpieces. Bohemian Rhapsody is believed to carry the echoes of Mercury's private, lonely truths. Even after their romantic chapter ended, he called her the love of his life, immortalizing her devotion in ballads from A Night at the Opera. When he died in 1991, he entrusted her with his ashes, a final act that sealed her place as the guardian of his legacy. Mary Austin didn't just love Freddie Mercury, she shaped the man behind the myth and quietly ensured that the legend would shine for generations. Number 8. Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain. Some partnerships ignite creativity and chaos. Kurt Cobain, the restless genius behind Nirvana, seemed destined never to settle, yet he found a spark with Courtney Love, a fellow pioneer of grunge and unapologetic intensity. Their marriage, marked by raw passion and the birth of their daughter, became both a crucible and a canvas for artistic brilliance. Cobain poured inspiration into Love's beautiful son and doll parts, while Love fueled the haunting power of Nirvana's heart-shaped box. But brilliance came at a price. Love faced public scrutiny and backlash for her fierce persona, while tragedy struck with Cobain's shocking death in 1994. Even then, she transformed grief into art, channeling her loss into Live Through This, and cementing her place in alternative music history. Decades later, songs like 2010's Honey reveal how Cobain's influence continues to ripple through her groundbreaking artistry. Their story wasn't just love, it was an electrifying collision of genius, heartbreak, and enduring legacy. Number 6. Anita Pallenberg. Some muses don't just inspire, they ignite revolutions. Anita Pallenberg, the mesmerizing model and actress, didn't just walk into the Rolling Stones world, she rewrote it. Linked first to the volatile Brian Jones and then to the legendary Keith Richards, her presence fueled a 13-year storm of passion, creativity, and chaos. Under her influence, the Stones ventured into experimental rock, crafting timeless anthems like Gimme Shelter, She's a Rainbow, and You Can't Always Get What You Want. Each pulse and lyric whispered with her essence. But brilliance breeds envy. Rumors of affairs and her uncompromising demands fueled jealousy within the band, casting shadows over her personal life. Tragedy struck with the death of her son, Tara Jojo, and her own career suffered under the weight of fame and scrutiny. Yet beyond scandal and heartbreak, Anita Pallenberg left an indelible mark. Her style, her energy, her fearless spirit. She was a force of nature. Number 5. Linda McCartney. Some partnerships don't just inspire love, they reshape culture. Linda Eastman, the American photographer who met Paul McCartney amid the whirlwind of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, became much more than a muse. She became a creative force in her own right. They married 2 years later, and together they crafted a life that blended music, activism, and visionary artistry. Linda was the driving influence behind Paul's vegetarianism, his commitment to animal rights, and his bold post-Beatles musical explorations. As a member of Wings, she expanded the soundscape of rock, proving that a muse could also be a rock star, a partner in creation, and a champion of change. From heartfelt love songs to founding Linda McCartney Foods, she made veganism mainstream and demonstrated that influence comes in many forms. Number 4. Marianne Faithfull. Some muses don't just inspire, they transform the very artists they touch. Marianne Faithfull, the ethereal folk singer who entered the Rolling Stones' orbit in 1964, seemed at first glance lucky to meet Mick Jagger. In truth, he was the fortunate one. Their 4-year romance sparked a creative explosion, shaping classics like Wild Horses and expanding Jagger's artistic vision in ways the world would feel for decades. But Faithfull's story was never just about love. Her artistry was singular, a voice and presence that transcended both music and film. The 1,970 seconds brought hardship, financial struggles, and battles with substance use threatened to eclipse her brilliance. Yet she returned stronger, mounting a triumphant comeback that saw her mentoring, collaborating, and inspiring generations of musicians until her passing in 2025. Marianne Faithfull's legacy isn't measured by whom she loved or who she influenced. It stands boldly on its own, a testament to resilience, creativity, and the enduring power of a true artist. Number 3. Yoko Ono. Some muses don't just inspire, they challenge, provoke, and redefine the world around them. Yoko Ono, the avant-garde artist who first collaborated with composer John Cage, became a catalyst for one of the greatest musical revolutions when she met John Lennon. Their marriage sparked some of the Beatles' most daring and unforgettable songs, from Don't Let Me Down to I Want You She's So Heavy, pushing Lennon to new heights as both a musician and a humanitarian. Yet Ono's influence was misunderstood, often blamed for breaking up the band, when in reality, she expanded Lennon's vision and helped him forge his solo legacy through the Plastic Ono Band. Beyond music, she shifted her focus to philanthropy after Lennon's tragic murder in 1980, cementing her place not just as a creative partner, but as a driving force behind unprecedented musical, political, and cultural impact. Yoko Ono didn't just change a man, she reshaped an era. Number 1. B. Buell. Some muses don't just inspire, they help define an entire era. Bebe Buell, often remembered as a model, was the hidden heartbeat of 70 Seconds rock, shaping the music and lives of the genre's biggest icons. Her on and off romance with Todd Rundgren fueled the unforgettable hit, Can We Still Be Friends? While her connections with Mick Jagger, Jimmy Page, Rod Stewart, and Elvis Costello left indelible marks on rock history. With Aerosmith's Steven Tyler, she not only inspired the song Crazy, but also gave the world actress Liv Tyler a living legacy of their creativity. Often called the quintessential rock muse, and said to inspire Penny Lane in Almost Famous, Buell defied the label of groupie, establishing herself as a musician, personality, and writer in her own right. Behind the glitz and scandal, B.B. Buell was a